A cheery good morning and the warmest of warm welcome to the first semi-final of the MCC Championships 2025-26. The first semi-final SRT MCA versus the PJ Hindu Gymkhana. PJ Hindu Gymkhana, having won the toss, have invited MCA SRT to bat first. It's going to be Paresh Shah from the far end. Playtime. The short in lane delivery down the leg side. They start off with a wide delivery. The first semi-final of the Mumbai Club Cricket Championship 2025-26 presented by M3C Foundation, not-for-profit initiative. This is indeed Mumbai's Premier Club Championships, the first semi-final. Oh, once again a ranker bad delivery. That's not just a wide delivery. In fact, it's a wild delivery. Will go away for a boundary. So 5 extra runs. It's got to be right on the spot in the quickest time. Hardly any room for error in this kind of a T20 game. One of the key links in the bowling attack of the Hindu Gymkhana, that's Paresh. MCA SRT led by Prashant and the PJ Hindu Gymkhana team led by Kevin. Oh, the hat-trick of white balls. Looking to get into an early rhythm, that's Paresh. 7 extra runs on the board. The first runs in the form of 7 extras without a single legal delivery in this match. Better. The back of length delivery, cramping the batsman for room. Playing with soft hands, tucking it away into that backward of point area. The first runs of the bat that come off the blade of Kamlesh, off the mark with that single. Vishal for the first time in this semi-final match on strike. Yes, Paresh has got to make the batsman play at all times. He's got to make this new ball talk. No hint of a movement early on. Yeah, one would have thought that he needs to pitch it further up to the batsman, and that could have been into the hands of the fielder. Fortunately for Vishal, the ball falling in no man's land, closing the face of the bat a little early. Much better as he pitched the ball further up to the batsman. Absolutely early days in this match. Oh, what a good shot, and this could be straight down the throat of the man in that backward of square leg area. The only man in that area, the Lone Ranger, that is straight into his belly. The first wicket down for the MCA SRT team. Vishal looking to play an expensive shot, goes for the aerial shot. Does not get the desired elevation and the required distance. In the bargain, holds it out, back in the pavilion. That's a very sorry walk back to the hut for Vishal Sharma. Hasid Sawani, the man at the number 3 spot. In spite of that erratic start from Paresh Shah, he picks up the wicket of the opening batsman in the very first over. Back in the pavilion is Vishal. That wicket of Vishal should do Paresh's confidence a world of good. So the ideal start here for PJ Gymkhana, winning the toss and opting to bowl first, picking up a wicket in the very first over. Time for some resurrection job to be done for the PJ, for the MCSRT. Much, much better. Very tight in defense, getting that big front foot forward to smother whatever movement there was. We are at the Mahalakshmi Sports Ground at the Western Railway grounds. It's a beautiful ground, a lush green outfield, a very juicy wicket. Oh, this could be dangerous. This could be the second wicket down. It is. Closing the face of the bat a little too early, taking the thickish outside edge. That's a dolly catch for the man in that short cover position inside the circle. 2 wickets down, 2 top order batters back in the pavilion in the very first over. So that is the greatest news for PJ Hindu Gymkhana. As a top order batsman, you got to be very decisive with your footwork. You got to have a very sound technique, especially when you're negating the new ball. Closing the face of the bat a little early in the bargain, holding it out to the man inside the circle. That's a dolly catch. A left-handed batsman arrives in the form of Sayyam Jain. Paresh coming in around the wicket to the left-handed batsman. 2 wickets down in the very first over. That's a dream start here for the Hindu Gymkhana. Lots of cricket left to be played, but exactly what the doctor ordered for the Hindu Gymkhana. They need a big solid partnership here, team MCA SRT. Score at the end of the first over, that is 11 for 2. 7 to 8 runs in the form of wide runs, even before a run could be scored off the bat. And after that, 2 wickets down in the first over. Time for a resurrection job to be accomplished by the MCSRT. Two very fine stroke players for the MCA team back in the hut in the very first over. Some food for thought for Prashant Vitlani, the captain and the think tank. They need a big solid partnership here. They got to steady the rocking boat out here. Milap Shah is sharing the new ball with a seamer. That's the spinner, Milap. Even Kamlesh Singh, the vice captain for the MCA team, the man on strike, he's a bit of a stroke player. He'll have to curtail his natural instincts and make sure that he spends some enough time at the wicket to steady the rocking boat here. He's got to keep his natural game away for some time. And in the bargain, if he gets a loose delivery, that's got to be put away. That's the Mool mantra for anybody who's playing the T20 game. Into the stumps on the spot there, making good use of the depth of the crease there. The two on-field umpires, Sanjay Malhotra sir and Vicky Naik sir. The two scorers, Sudesh Puradkar and Aradhya Puradkar. The man at the console, that's Sagar Gopale. So that's the back-end team out here. The first semi-final match of the MCC Championships 2025-26. What a good shot. That was in his range. The ranker, bad delivery, nicely put away. One bounce, crashing into the boundary fence. As I mentioned earlier, this man is a natural stroke player, and that was in his range. That had to be put away. He obliges in good style. With that boundary, the score now on to 16 for 2. Nothing to worry about as far as the run rate is concerned. What they got to take care of is the wickets column. Oh, yes. Inviting Kamlesh to play the big shot. Almost falling into the trap. He took the bait out there. The head was in the air. Not the right kind of balance to be acing that shot. But he survives to fight another day. That is firmly struck, and that's going to be a boundary. Piercing the two men in the deep. Making his intent absolutely clear in spite of two top order batters back in the pavilion in the very first over. He's not going to be playing the waiting game. He's going to be playing the natural game, and the natural game is to play the strokes. The score at the end of 2 overs, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is 20 for 2. This is the first semi-final of the MCC Championship 2025-2026. PJ Hindu Gymkhana versus the Mumbai Cricket Association Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar Gymkhana. Hindu Gymkhana, having won the toss, have decided to be bowling first. Paresh Shah will continue the second over in his spell, the third for the team. Bowling to Sayyam, the left-handed batsman, the southpaw. Oh, manages to induce the outside edge, falling short of the man in that first slip position. After that erratic start, wherein he bowled a hat-trick of wide deliveries, giving away 7 extra runs. After that, he's been on the spot. What a turnaround it has been for this man. He's picked up 2 wickets in the first over and starts off the second over with an outside edge. The back of length delivery, this time cramping the batsman. That's a very smart run taken. Kamlesh Singh is a tall man, and he can cover those 22 yards in 7 to 8 strides. The swords are out in this first semi-final match. Oh, this is exactly the delivery with which he started his spell. So the fourth carbon copy of the first delivery that he bowled. Maybe his head is falling over, and that is why the deliveries are going down the leg side. Oh, that's Jaffa. What a peach of a delivery. The batsman beaten all ends up, lock, stock and barrel. That was too good for Kamlesh. What the SRT team need is a big partnership here. They have got a very good batting lineup, and that's going to be tested. Oh, he steps out, and that's a fierce hit. This could be close. That would have required a direct hit, and the man would have been in big time trouble. Good aggressive cricket from both the teams. In spite of a shaky start here, Kamlesh Singh is exhibiting his natural intent. His natural game is what he's exhibiting at the moment. Oh, that comes into the pads when you're bowling right arm round the wicket. When you're angling the ball into the left-handed batsman, it's going to be tough for the umpires to raise the finger in your favor. Any which ways, that's a good delivery. Yes, the role for Sayam will be to essay the anchor role. Hold foot at one end, that will be his role. He's got a good technique. End of over number 3. The scoreline reads 23 for 2. Only 3 runs off the third over. The second semi-final is 23. The second semi-final is going to be between NSCI and Jolly Gymkhana. That will be at around 3 o'clock in the evening. Maybe before that, around 2:30. So the 2 semi-final matches of the MCC Championship 2025-26 presented by the M3C Foundation, not-for-profit initiative, happening today. It's the Mumbai's Premier Club Championship with 12 teams having participated, and it's boiled down to the 4 teams in the first 2 semi-finals. Milap will continue. Yes, absolutely one of the key players here for the MCA team. That's the vice captain, Kamlesh Singh. Kamlesh is an X-factor player, there is no doubt about it. And if he can get going, if he can stay put at the wicket for half an hour, that's going to be a big bonus for the MCA team. He's got a great match temperament. Quite an experienced guy, Kamlesh Singh, for the MCA SRT team. Oh, they go up in unison, and he's stumped out. That's some shoddy cricket by Sayam. Looking to play a shot that really wasn't there. There was absolutely no need for him to play that kind of an expensive shot in this kind of a situation. In the bargain, he gets stumped out. The top order has collapsed here for the MCA SRT team. Krishna Pate, the wicketkeeper batsman, arriving. क्रीज से दामन छूटा है संयम का. संयम के बांध का संयम टूटा, जिसके चलते अब पेविलियन में वापस आ चुके हैं और उनकी जगह पर आगमन होता हुआ विकेट पर कृष्णा का. MCA-SRT की टीम में लड़खड़ाती हुई एक बहुत ही बेहतरीन आगाज हुआ है टीम हिंदू जिमखाना के लिए. इस मैच के टॉस को जीता, गेंदबाजी का चयन किया, जबकि चौथा ओवर इस वक्त अपने प्रगति पथ पर है. 3 टॉप ऑर्डर बल्लेबाज पेविलियन का रुख कर चुके हैं. बहुत ही बढ़िया शुरुआत, इससे शानदार शुरुआत और क्या हो सकती थी. सेमीफाइनल मैच में इस वक्त पलड़ा काफी भारी है हिंदू जिमखाना के. हालांकि काफी क्रिकेट खेलना बाकी है. जब तक कमलेश सिंह जैसा बल्लेबाज विकेट पे डटा हुआ है, खतरा मंडराता रहेगा टीम हिंदू जिमखाना पर। वक्त का तकाजा यही कहता है कि थोड़ा सा ऑर्थोडॉक्स क्रिकेट खेले और एक बड़ी साझेदारी को अंजाम दे। पहला कदम उठा विमान से, पहला कदम उठा विमान से, सपनों की क्या मजाल के पूरे न हो। इस तरह की शुरुआत हुई है हिंदू जिमखाना के लिए। बहुत ही साधारण गेंद। जब एक नए बल्लेबाज विकेट पे आता है तो आपको उसे फ्रंट फुट पर खिलाना चाहिए, थोड़ी सी फ्लाइटेड गेंद करके आमंत्रित करना चाहिए कि नया बल्लेबाज फ्रंट फुट पर आए। That's a below average delivery for the batsman to get off the mark. Testing times here for the MCA SRT team. He'll have to be a little watchful here. He's got to make sure that he picks and chooses the right kind of deliveries to play the big shots. It's very paramount that he stays at the wicket for a long time. अपने खुद के बलबूते पर इस मैच के रुख को पलटने की काबिलियत रखता है कमलेश। 25 पे 3, चौथा ओवर अपने प्रगति पथ पर है। कमेंट्री बॉक्स एंड की तरफ से एक बड़ा शॉट खेला है, हवा में वो गेंद, लेकिन कोई नुकसान नहीं। दूसरे रन के लिए दौड़ चुके हैं और ये मामला पेचीदा हो सकता है। खराब क्रिकेट, आत्महत्या की है। इस तरह की स्थिति में उस रन को लेने की कोई जरूरत ही नहीं थी, क्योंकि कमलेश उन्हें किसी भी तरह का रिस्पांस नहीं दे रहे थे। ये आत्महत्या की है बल्लेबाज ने। बहुत ही खराब क्रिकेट एमसीएसआरटी की तरफ से। चौथा विकेट गिरा है और एक विकेट का पतन होता हुआ। शिवम ठक्कर नए बल्लेबाज, शिवम ठक्कर द न्यू मैन इन। Collie wobbles in the system for the MCSR team. Butterflies in the stomach. Why would you want to go for that kind of a run in this kind of a situation? 3 men down inside of 4 overs. The man on strike, that is Kamlesh, wasn't even looking at the batsman. The new man in, the left-handed batsman Shivam Thakkar. Quite a talent, Shivam, with his all-round abilities. A feisty new ball bowler, that's Shivam Thakkar, but at the moment he's got to do the job with the bat. Kamlesh Singh, the man for the MCSRT team, watching harakiri happening at the other end. At the moment, Hindu Gymkhana are all over MCSRT. They have a firm grip on the match at this point in time. Exactly what the doctor ordered here for Hindu Gymkhana, winning the toss and opting to bowl first. 4 overs gone, 4 batsmen gone as well. 31 for the loss of 4 wickets. That's the scoreline for 27. It is 27. Beg your pardon. 27 for 4. Team MCSRT will have to do something out of the blue here. They need a special counter attack here. They'll have to produce something very special to get back into the match. It's a very good team and they have really played some brilliant cricket to get to the semi-final match. At the moment, they are looking down the barrel of the gun. In dire straits, that is the MCSRT. They are in hot waters, in rough waters. It's going to be difficult for them to keep their head floating over the waters. Yes, it is the new bowler from the far end. quite an ideal situation for him to come in and have a go. Oh, he's looking to get that shape on the ball. Not much of pace there. Just looking to release the ball, looking to get some good shape on it. They still have enough firepower in their batting lineup to stage a comeback. It's all going to be a case of very good match temperament being exhibited. Forget the talent. The talent has got to be reflecting on the score sheet. That has got to be put to use. Oh, not so well balanced. Any which ways, the thickish outside edge will take the ball over the boundary fence. Not intentional, but yes, a welcome boundary for the MCA SRT team to take the score into the 30s. That is 32 for 4. The 5th over has started. Yes, the match template here for the MCA SRT team will be to play out those full quota of 20 overs. You play out your 20 overs, you're going to be in with a chance. That is into the gap. No need to run for that one. The second boundary on the trot. This time a convincing shot there. That will do his confidence a world of good. Nothing to worry on the run rate factor. It's the wickets column that they have to worry about and take care of. For the viewers who have tuned in late, we are at the Mahalakshmi ground at Lower Parel, the Western Railway ground. This is the first semi-final of the MCC Championships 2025-26. PG Gymkhana versus the MCA SRT. 4 wickets down inside of 5 overs. That's the story for the MCA SRT team. The back of length, the delivery a little late on that one. That was too close to his body to be saying that kind of a shot. A swish and a miss. Pleasant weather. The only time we're going to be a little worried is the time between the noon and 3 o'clock. Could be a little humid. At the moment, pleasant conditions here. That's a wide delivery, 1 extra run added. Watching the batsman step out even before he could get into his delivery stride keeps the ball a little away from the range of the batsman. So yes, that is an indication that the bowler is watching the batsman till the very last moment. Well, that's good thinking as the wicketkeeper arrives close in. Some extra food for doubt. This is just to put that extra seed of doubt in the psyche of the batsman more than anything else. He gets a hold of it. One bounce into the boundary fence. He is a very powerful hitter of the cricket ball. And when he hits the ball indeed stays it. With that blazing boundary, the score on to 41 for 4. Just a look at the counter that this man is producing in this kind of a situation. Just a look at the audacity of the man to play those kind of shots. But that's the way he plays. Is one of the key elements in this lineup of Team MCA SRT. Looking dangerous at the moment. Oh my God, that's a beamer. That was a dangerous ball. That's a no ball, and also he's going to be warned for that kind of a delivery. Kamlesh is playing without a helmet, so that could have been very dangerous. I'm sure that he must have been delivered the warning there. Maybe he was looking to put that Back of the hand delivery into action. Wasn't intentional, I'm sure. But that could have been dangerous for Kamlesh, who is without a helmet. 43 for 4 it is. That's a good line. Bowling in that corridor of uncertainty, keeping the ball around that off stump. End of 5 overs, 44 for 4. Many fours there, 44 for 4. Kamlesh is on to 24 of only 16 balls. So he's looking to produce that counter-attacking innings. अब कमेंट्री बॉक्स से इनकी तरफ से भी बॉलिंग ब्रिगेड में बदलाव नजर आता हुआ। साहिल कोठारी नए गेंदबाज बिल्कुल सज्ज होते हुए गेंदबाजी करेंगे लेफ्ट हैंडेड बैट्समैन शिवम ठक्कर को। 5 ओवर्स की समाप्ति पर 44 रन्स बने 4 विकेट्स के नुकसान पर। बहुत ही बढ़िया गेंद, क्या शानदार शुरुआत अपने स्पेल के लिए। बढ़िया गेंद, मिडिल एंड ऑफ गेंद टर्न हुई विकेट कीपर के दस्तानों में। चलिए, ये बहुत ही जल्दी उस गेंद की लाइन और लेंथ को भाप लिया, अच्छी पोजीशन में आए, बहुत ही अच्छे स्कूप शॉट को अंजाम देते हुए बाउंड्री बटोर ली। बढ़िया शॉट निकला है शिवम ठक्कर के पिटारे से। 48 रन्स बने हैं 4 विकेट के नुकसान पर। इसके बावजूद के विकेट्स को लगातार खोए हैं एमसीए एसआरटी ने, लेकिन वो रन रेट काफी पुख्ता है। इस बात की खबरदारी ली है कमलेश ने कि रन रेट को लेकर किसी भी तरह से कोई चिंता उत्पन्न न हो। केवल 2 या 3 कदमों का रनअप, बिल्कुल अपने सीधे बल्ले को वहां पर पेश किया। थोड़ा सा टाइट डिफेंस भी दर्शाना होगा शिवम ने। अग्नि परीक्षा से गुजरती हुई एमसीए एसआरटी टीम, शिवम के लिए शॉट सिलेक्शन बहुत ही ज्यादा मायने रखता है। जरूरी है कि कमलेश का अच्छा साथ निभाए, एक अच्छी साझेदारी को अंजाम दे। अगले 5 ओवर्स तक कम से कम ये दोनों बल्लेबाजों ने बिना बिछड़े विकेट पे डटे रहना है। शायद वहां पर थोड़ा सा बल्ला था। गेंद अच्छी, जिस गेंद को फ्रंट फुट पर खेलना चाहिए था उस गेंद को बैक फुट पर गए, बाल बाल बचे। शॉर्ट एंड वाइड मिस कर गए। वो स्क्वेयर कट वहां पर बन रही थी, मिस कर गए। 6 ओवर की समाप्ति के बाद रन संख्या 48 रन 4 विकेट के नुकसान पर 8 रनों की रन रेट के साथ टीम एमसीए एसआरटी अग्रेसर होती हुई It's going to be Krupesh, the new bowler Krupesh. A left arm round the wicket. A left armer comes into the attack. It's going to be the very well set Kamlesh to now negate him. Kamlesh is looking as calm as a lighthouse in choppy waters. As calm as a lighthouse. He's got to make sure that by the time they end this innings, it's got to be a safe house for the MCA team. Having lost 4 wickets, they got to level up. Team MCA SRT. Oh, that's a bad delivery. Oh my word, can you believe it? That should have gone into the railway tracks. What a soft dismissal, and this could be decisive. This could be the turning point in this game. What a big mistake there by Kamlesh Singh. A delivery up wherein the ball should have sailed onto the lower parallel tracks. That is straight into the hands of the man in that square leg area inside the circle. That's the big fish in the net. वो बड़ी मछली जाल में फंसी है. आधी टीम पेविलियन में वापस जा चुकी है. आधी टीम. मामला पेचीदा है. कमलेश के उस विकेट के साथ अब ये मामला और उलझता हुआ. उलझी हुई डोर और भी उलझती हुई कमलेश सिंह के उस विकेट के चलते. सच्चिदानंद चतुर्वेदी का अब विकेट पर आगमन होता हुआ. क्रीज से दामन छूटा है. बिल्कुल सेट बल्लेबाज कमलेश का. काफी निर्णायक साबित हो सकता है कमलेश का यह विकेट. बहुत ही बढ़िया तेवर दर्शा रहे थे कमलेश. काउंटर अटैकिंग इनिंग्स खेल रहे थे. जिस गेंद को मैदान के बाहर जाना चाहिए था कम से कम 90 मीटर, वो गेंद सीधी बैकवर्ड ऑफ स्क्वायर लेग फील्डर के हाथ में गई इनसाइड द सर्कल. चलिए अच्छी गेंद. He will be bowling with his tail up, having got that wicket of Kamlesh. This kind of a situation is tailor-made for this left-arm spinner to come in and bowl a decisive spell here. The pressure on MCSRT in a big way. It's a pressure cooker situation, and you got to exhibit titanium nerves in this kind of a situation. That's Krupesh Ved from the far end. Chaturvedi has to hold fort at his end. A good looking push straight back to the bowler. It's bowling in the business areas. He's looking to make the batsman play at all times. Exactly what he needs to do, make the batsman play. A wicket maiden here from Krupesh Ved. Score at the end of 7 overs, 48 for 5. It is half the team back in the pavilion. The bare minimum that this team will be looking for is at least something in the region of 130 plus. That's the bare minimum. They've got batters like Prashant Vitlani, the captain, still waiting in the wings. They've got a couple of batters more who can play anywhere in the top order. So at this point, not exactly all lost for the MCSRT team. The match template, the Mool Mantra, play those 20 overs. Even this page will pass by. This page will turn. You got to hope for the best. In a T20 game, you got to wait for that positive shift to come in. And when that positive shift starts to come around, you got to grab it with both hands. There's no doubt that the MCA SRT team have to push the envelope here. ये वाला मैच अब MCA SRT टीम के मानसिक धैर्य की सक्षमता को चुनौती देगा. Test of character, test of nerves here for the MCA SRT. At the moment, with half the team back in the pavilion, Hindu Gymkhana are all over MCA SRT. Oh, that is it to one bounce? It is. That's a good pickup, and the man in that single saving position in the extra cover region. That's good bowling, inviting the batsman to play the big shot. That's the 50 up for the MCA SRT team. 50 runs up on the board, half the team back in the pavilion. As I mentioned earlier, they would ideally be wanting something in the region of 135, 140 plus. इस बिगड़ी हुई पारी को समेटना होगा ये दोनों बल्लेबाजों ने. The wickets have fallen at regular intervals. इस वक्त काफी हद तक पलटा भारी है हिंदू जिमखाना का. मैच के टॉस को जीतकर गेंदबाजी का चयन किया. बहुत ही अच्छा कॉल शिवम का. जब आप स्क्वायर ऑफ द विकेट खेलते हो तो वो कॉल आपके नॉन स्ट्राइकिंग बल्लेबाज का होना चाहिए, आपके पार्टनर का होना चाहिए. बहुत ही स्मार्ट कॉल दिया शिवम ने. जब आप विकेट के सामने खेलते हो तो बैट्समैन का कॉल होता है रन लेने का. बहुत ही अच्छी फील्ड सजाई है इस वक्त. और एक अच्छा ओवर समाप्त होता हुआ. 8 ओवर की समाप्ति पर रन संख्या 50 रन 5 विकेट के नुकसान पर. कमलेश के आउट होने के बाद इस वक्त MCA SRT पूरी तरह से खौफ के गिरफ्त में लिपटी हुई. मामला पेचीदा है. मुसीबत का सबब बना हुआ है इस वक्त हिंदू जिमखाना की सटीक गेंदबाजी. MCA SRT टीम के मत्थे पर परेशानी की बड़ी लकीर. कृपेश का स्पेल बरकरार रहेगा. कृपेश वैद जिन्होंने अपने स्पेल की पहली गेंद पर विकेट ली. स्ट्राइक पर लेफ्ट हैंडेड बैट्समैन शिवम. नॉन स्ट्राइकिंग एंड पर सच्चिदानंद चतुर्वेदी, जिन्होंने YouTube पर थोड़ा सा लेट ट्यून किया. आप सभी का फिर से एक बार मैं स्वागत करता हूं, सभी YouTube श्रोताओं का. हम इस वक्त इस पहले सेमीफाइनल मैच को खेल रहे हैं लो परेल में, वेस्टर्न रेलवे ग्राउंड. MCC चैंपियनशिप 2025-26 का ये पहला सेमीफाइनल मैच. हिंदू जिमखाना बनाम MCA SRT. पारी लड़खड़ा चुकी है MCA SRT के लिए. 50 भी नहीं बने, 49 बने हैं 5 विकेट के नुकसान पर. अच्छा मैच प्रिपरेशन किया है पीजे हिंदू जिमखाना ने, ऐसा प्रतीत होता हुआ. तैयारी पूरी की होगी MCA SRT ने भी, क्योंकि MCA SRT भी बिल्कुल प्रोफेशनल टीम है. It's all about holding your nerves in this kind of a situation. It's all in the mind. Two very good teams up against each other in this cliffhanger of a first semi-final match. Krupesh Ved is into a very good rhythm early on in his spell. He's looking very good at the moment. इस सेमीफाइनल मैच में दो दो हाथ करने होंगे एमसीए साथी ने। ऐलान जंग की अलगार पुकारी है पीजे हिंदू जिमखाना ने। मामला थोड़ा सा उलझा हुआ है, एक बढ़िया साझेदारी की जरूरत है यहां पर एमसीए साथी को। एक 140 ये न्यूनतम स्कोर होना चाहिए एमसीए साथी के लिए। That's quite an interesting chase. We'll have to wait and watch. The ball does not have enough wheels on it to go over the boundary ropes. A couple added. Yes, they need a bit of firefighting here, MCA SRT. They need to show damn good character. .53 it is for the loss of 5 wickets at the end of 9 overs. The final over before the drinks and interval. The first 9 overs have belonged to Team Hindu Gymkhana in a big way. In the driver's seat, in a very dominating position at the moment is PG Hindu Gymkhana. Sahil Kothari bowling from the combox end. The man on strike, that's Sachidanand Chaturvedi. Shivam Thakkar at the non-striking end. Bhupesh, the wicketkeeper for the Hindu Gymkhana, not afraid to take the aerial route. That's a very good placement. Exactly what the doctor ordered, a welcome boundary. A boundary of the first over, first ball in this over will put the bowler in some pressure here. The last over before the drinks interval. सत्तावन रन्स बने 5 विकेट के नुकसान पर। आहिस्ता आहिस्ता एक अच्छी साझेदारी अब रंग लाती हुई। टर्न के लिए कोशिश की थी लेकिन वहां पर कोई भी टर्न नजर नहीं आया। वाइड का इशारा। 58 रन्स बने उस वाइड रन के साथ। हल्के हाथों से खेला। इस तरह की स्थिति में अब और एक रन आउट अफोर्ड नहीं कर पाएगी एमसीए साथी। रन आउट शुड बी द लास्ट थिंग ऑन देयर माइंड। Oh, what a delivery. Playing for the turn, there wasn't any. That delivery just holding on to its line. What a good delivery, that one. The good thing that Chaturvedi did on that occasion was not to poke at it. He made sure that the bat was always adjacent to the pads. Easy pickings on any other day, in any other kind of a situation. He would have put that ball into the stands or the mid-wicket region. On that occasion, only a single added to take the score to 59. The final delivery as we are about to get into the first drinks interval of the first semi-final match of the MCC Championships 2025-26. What a good delivery. What a way to end the over. 10 overs gone. 59 for 5 it is. That's the story of the first semi-final match. We are into the Mumbai Club Cricket Championship 2025-26 presented by M3C Foundation, a not-for-profit initiative. The three men, Vinit Dujodwala, Mohit Chaturvedi and Ganesh Rai, PJ Hindu Gymkhana, have their head high in the air and looking to keep their head floating in rough waters, that is MCSRT. Time for a short break, time for a commercial break. ड्रिंक्स इंटरवल के पश्चात के खेल में आप सभी का स्वागत है। कृपेश का स्पेल जारी रहेगा फार एंड से गेंदबाजी करते हुए। एक अच्छी साझेदार इस वक्त रंग लाती हुई टीम एमसी एसआरटी के लिए। जिस अच्छे काम को इस दोनों बल्लेबाजों ने शुरू किया है उस अच्छे काम को अंजाम देना होगा। चले, जैसे ये मैंने कहा, और एक विकेट का पतन होता हुआ, सॉफ्ट डिसमिसल, खराब शॉट, हाफ हार्टेड शॉट। उस हाफ हार्टेड शॉट के लिए बड़ा खामियाजा भुगता है। हाफ वॉली गेंद थी, या तो फिर कारपेट ड्राइव खेलना था, या तो फिर बल्लेबाज के सर के ऊपर से उस शॉट को खेलना था। मिस कर गए, बड़ी गलती की, जिसके फलस्वरूप पेविलियन की तरफ वो सफर उनका शुरू हो चुका है। छठा विकेट गिरा है। बहुत ही बढ़िया शुरुआत पीजे हिंदू जिमखाना के लिए ड्रिंक्स इंटरवल के पश्चात। नए बल्लेबाज हेमंत चोकसी। ये जो 6 विकेट्स गिरे हैं, इन 6 विकेटों में से 3 विकेट्स ऐसे थे जो किसी भी लिहाज से विकेट टेकिंग डिलीवरी नहीं होने के बावजूद अपने विकेट्स को खोए हैं। थोड़ी सी सटीक रणनीति का अभाव महसूस होता हुआ टीम एमसीएसआरटी के लिए इस वक्त। थोड़ी सी आपातकालीन स्थिति नजर आती हुई। हालांकि अभी भी 2 या 3 ऐसे बल्लेबाज बाकी है जो इस मैच का रुख अभी भी बदल सकते हैं। काफी अनुशासन से खेला है पीजे हिंदू जिमखाना ने, जिसके चलते उनका पलड़ा काफी मजबूत नजर आता हुआ। काफी अनुकूल स्थिति में है टीम हिंदू जिमखाना। दूसरी तरफ प्रतिकूल स्थिति में नजर आती हुई एमसीएसआरटी। तमाम विपरीत परिस्थिति को मात देकर एक वापसी करनी होगी। कोई सवाल ही नहीं कि वो उंगली उठे। उस अपील में ज्यादा जोश, विश्वास कम, कोई भी दिलचस्पी नहीं जताई अंपायर ने, क्योंकि वो गेंद डाउन द लेग साइड एंगल हो रही थी। जब आंखों में अरमान लिया, मंजिल को अपना मान लिया, फिर आसान किया और मुश्किल किया, ठान लिया तो ठान लिया। तो बस हिंदू जिमखाना ने ठान लिया है कि सटी गेंदबाजी, नपीतुली गेंदबाजी करते हुए शिकंजा कसेंगे MCSRT पर। But yes, MCSRT have to blame themselves to a certain extent for the kind of situation they find themselves in. A couple of wickets falling to the loose deliveries, one man getting run out. That was an absolute cardinal sin. They still have to be positive. शिवम ठक्कर अभी भी इस तरह की स्थिति में MCSRT के लिए वो पॉजिटिविटी की वैक्सीन साबित हो सकता है. They got to hold on to that element of self-belief right through. आत्मविश्वास की डोर को थामे रखना होगा आखिरी लम्हे तक. ओवर की समाप्ति, 11 ओवर्स की समाप्ति पर रन संख्या 61 रन, 6 विकेट के नुकसान पर. अब रिवाइज्ड टारगेट क्या होगा? फिर से एक बार नई रणनीति को अंजाम देना होगा, टारगेट को रिविजिट करना होगा. मेरे ख्याल से अब इस तरह की स्थिति में 120 ये न्यूनतम स्कोर होना चाहिए टीम MCSRT के जहन में. अगर एक अच्छी साझेदारी बनती है, शिवम ठक्कर 20 ओवर तक विकेट पे डटा रहता है, तो मेरे ख्याल से वो 135-140 के बारे में सोच सकते हैं. बहरहाल न्यूनतम स्कोर कम से कम 120 का होना चाहिए. शिवम ठक्कर को एक बहुत ही अहम जिम्मेवारी निभानी होगी और वो जिम्मेवारी यही है कि 20 ओवर्स तक विकेट पे डटे रहे शिवम. अच्छी गेंद, बिल्कुल बल्लेबाज की जड़ में वो गेंद. बहुत ही अच्छे तेवर दिखाए हैं टीम पीजे हिंदू जिमखाना ने इस सेमीफाइनल मैच में. इस तरह के बड़े मैचेस में वो नतीजा आपके रवैये पे निर्भर होता है. इस तरह के बड़े टूर्नामेंट को जीतने के लिए राह और चाह दोनों का ही होना बिल्कुल अनिवार्य है. एक बहुत ही तगड़ा हिट, 4 रन मिले चौकसी को. इस इनिंग्स का पहला चौका निकला है चौकसी के लिए. स्वागत आ रही है चौका, जिसके चलते रन संख्या अब 66 रनों तक जा पहुंची है. 66 पे 6 दोस्तों. फिर से एक बार YouTube के सभी श्रोताओं का स्वागत करता हूं M3C फाउंडेशन की तरफ से. अच्छी गेंद, पूरा सम्मान दिया. बस यही क्रिकेट खेलना होगा, लूज गेंदों पर बड़े शॉट्स खेलने होंगे, अच्छी गेंदों को हल्के हाथों से सम्मान देते हुए स्ट्राइक को रोटेट करते रहना होगा चौकसी ने. द फर्स्ट आवर ऑफ प्ले इज जस्ट ओवर. बिल्कुल 1 घंटे के खेल की समाप्ति हुई है. पहला एक घंटा पीजे हिंदू जिमखाना के नाम. थोड़ा सा लेट खेला उस शॉट को. अच्छी टाइमिंग, अच्छा प्लेसमेंट, दिलचस्प 6 से वहां पर वो गेंद थमी. तीसरे रन के लिए दौड़ पड़े शिवम का कॉल था. बड़ी आत्मविश्वास से उस तीसरे रन को भी मुकम्मल किया. ओवर की समाप्ति, एक अच्छा ओवर टीम MCSRT के लिए. साहिल कोठारी का स्पेल यहीं पर समाप्त होता है. 4 ओवर्स में केवल 20 रन दिए, बिना कोई सफलता उसके हाथ लगती हुई. 12 ओवर की समाप्ति के बाद 69 रन बने हैं 6 विकेट के नुकसान पर. 20 ओवर्स किसी भी हाल में खेलना यह बिल्कुल आवश्यक हो चुका है टीम MCSRT के लिए. इस वक्त नजर नहीं बनानी है स्कोर बोर्ड पर. कृपेश का स्पेल जारी रहेगा. कृपेश वैद फार एंड की तरफ से अपने स्पेल को आगे ले जाते हुए, मार्ग प्रशस्त करते हुए. अभी तक शिवम ठक्कर ने इस मैदान के चारों तरफ अपने अच्छे रनों की रंगोली को सजाया है, लेकिन और बड़ी इनिंग्स खेलनी होगी. शिवम ठक्कर can be the lone ranger who can still bail his team out of trouble. He'll have to play the role of the crisis manager here. That's Shivam. He's the man who's well set. Now he's got to play that big impact creating innings. Very well bowled, and that is even a better shot. रुक कर अपने shot को खेला, as straight as an arrow. A tremendous hit. That's a humongous shot, a monster hit, and that's a biggie. With that 6, the score on to 75. थोड़ा सा खुलकर खेलते हुए, he's looking to put the foot on the accelerator, looking to up the ante here, Choksi. Easy single in that one. Shivam was maybe waiting for that ball to go past the man in that mid-on area. The bowler went after it. If Choksi can continue to bat like this, it's going to be a big bonus for the team, and Shivam Thakkar will be more than relieved. He can then play his own game. That's a wide one, no turn. The ball skidded off the wicket, holding on to its line. One extra run. Not able to pick his gap. 77 for 6. They have a sweeper point in that area to cut away that kind of a shot. 1 run added. The final delivery in the spell of Krupesh, and what a impact creating spell this has been. He's given away 14 runs. He's picked up 2 wickets at an economy of 3.65. Well bowled. That was the arm ball. Managing to get his bat down in time. End of 13 overs, 78 for 6. End of Krupesh Wade's spell. 2 wickets for 14 runs off his 4 overs. Doing the job for the team. Krupesh Wade टीम हिंदू जिमखाना के बॉलिंग ब्रिगेड की अहम कड़ी है और अपनी भूमिका को बखूबी निभाया है. A job well done. He will be more than happy with that spell of his. इस तरह के बड़े सेमीफाइनल मैच में टीम के हर नुमाइंदे को एक अच्छी भूमिका निभानी होती है. इस वक्त पीजे हिंदू जिमखाना के सभी गेंदबाजों ने अच्छी गेंदबाजी को अंजाम देते हुए अपनी टीम को एक अनुकूल स्थिति में पहुंचाया है. दूसरी तरफ एक फाइट बैक करती हुई टीम MCA SRT वापसी को दरवाजे को खोला है यहाँ पर चौकसी और शिवम ठक्कर ने, लेकिन इस साझेदारी को थोड़ा लंबा खींचना होगा, थोड़ा सा और डीप ले जाना होगा. वापसी होती हुई अब मिलाप शाह की कमेंट्री बॉक्स एंड की तरफ से आजमाइश होती हुई मिलाप की, जो कि अपने दूसरे स्पेल का आगाज करते हुए मिलाप ने पहले 2 ओवर्स में 13 रन देकर 2 विकेट्स लिए थे. देखना है कि दूसरे स्पेल में क्या करिश्मा कर गुजरते हैं. अच्छा शॉट, बढ़िया टाइमिंग, लेकिन वहां पर स्वीपर पॉइंट पर फील्डर मौजूद है. उस अच्छे शॉट के लिए केवल 1 ही रन मिलेगा. ऑन द राइज खेला था, फ्री फ्लो ऑफ द बैट, हाई एल्बो, वेल बैलेंस्ड हेड, एवरीथिंग इन प्लेस. Shivam is on to a workman like 14 of 25 balls. Very unlike Shivam. The match situation demands Shivam Thakkar to be staying put at the wicket for as long as he can. Choksi, who is playing an absolute cameo. Can he convert this cameo into a solid innings? We got to wait and watch. देखना है कि इस पहले सेमीफाइनल मैच में जीत का परचम किस टीम के मत्थे लहराता है, जीत का प्याला किस टीम के होठों तक जाता है, ये देखना बाकी है. स्थिति अच्छी है पीजे हिंदू जिमखाना की, लेकिन इस वक्त जो रवैया दर्शाया है टीम MCA SRT ने, वो एक वापसी वाला रवैया है. अपने प्रतिभा का लोहा बनाना होगा शिवम ठक्कर और हेमंत चोकसी ने. स्थिति में इस साझेदारी को और लंबा ले जाना होगा. अच्छी गेंद, पूरा सम्मान दिया. काफी ऑर्थोडॉक्स से क्रिकेट खेला है शिवम ने. अपने संयम को, बांध को टूटने नहीं दिया है. सूझबूझ के साथ इनिंग्स को मार्ग प्रशस्त करते हुए शिवम. और एक अच्छी गेंद, लगातार अपनी गेंदों की लाइन और लेंथ और पेस को भी बदलते हुए, काफी वेरिएशंस को दर्शाते हुए, काफी मंजे हुए गेंदबाज है. बहुत ही सुलझी हुई गेंदबाजी करते हुए इस वक्त. बांधे रखा है बल्लेबाज को, शिकंजा कसा है. टाइट लाइन्स एंड लेंथ. कौन सी टीम इस मैच के अंत में बिलीवर से अचीवर बनती है, वो देखना है. ओवर की समाप्ति 14 के बाद 81 रन 6 विकेट के नुकसान पर मिलाप शाह का स्पेल 3 ओवर 16 रन 2 विकेट. 14 overs 81 for 6. मैच को अगर हकीकत के तराजू में तोले तो कहना होगा कि ये स्थिति काफी अनुकूल है पीछे हिंदू जिमखाना के लिए, और हर लिहाज से ये स्थिति थोड़ी सी प्रतिकूल है टीम MCA SRT के लिए. अभी भी काफी क्रिकेट खेलना शेष है. परेश शाह, जिन्होंने इस इनिंग्स की शुरुआत में बॉलिंग का आगाज किया था, वो अब वापसी करते हुए अपने पहले ओवर में 2 विकेट्स लिए थे. लेंथ डिलीवरी, फ्रंट फुट पर गए, हल्के हाथों से खेलते हुए कवर्स के क्षेत्र में खेल के उस रन को लिया. 82 रन बने हैं. 35 गेंद बाकी है. 35 गेंदों में कम से कम और 45 से 50 रन बनाना जरूरी है. शायद वो 60 रनों के लिए भी सोच सकते हैं. 35 में 60, ये सोच होनी चाहिए ताकि वो 140 150 के घर में पहुंचे. If they get to 150, MCA SRT will welcome those runs with both hands. The bare minimum 135 plus, the bare minimum. Ideal situation, ideal target 155. Two set batters at the wicket. Can they turn the tide in favor of a team SRT? Can they turn the tables here? The balance a little off, and that is why the misconnection, or rather the no connection. A tidy start here in his second spell for Paresh Shah. Slow to the air, but in the business area. $84 for 6. Driving it downtown. A workman-like single. That is indeed some smart batting by Hemant Choksi. Doing exactly what needs to be done out there. A bit of a tension in the air for the MCA SRT team. Clean bolt. The pressure was mounting, looking to manufacture a shot that really wasn't there. In the bargain, he's castled. So he picks up the third wicket in his spell, that is Paresh Shah. In comes Paresh Vitlani, the new man in to replace Shivam Thakkar. That's the captain himself. Change in bowling guard. Sovereign Sheth comes into the attack, is bowling from the commentary box and going away from us. Bowling to Choksi. Oh, that could have gone into the stumps. The ball ricocheting off the body of the batsman, not too far away from the stumps. 85 for 7. That has taken the height and not the distance, and it's taken the distance as well. The ball sailing a little over the head of the man in that longer position. That's a pretty six. That's a clean hit. That six takes the score to 91. Such a good follow-up delivery. That was a brave delivery, inviting the batsman to go for that expansive cover drive. So that's Lokesh. Hemant Choksi is onto a very well made 25 of 19 balls with the help of 1 6 and 2 boundaries. Because he stepped out, that got converted into a Yorker. End of the over. End of 16 overs, 93 for 7 it is. The final 24 balls. The final over in the spell for Milap Shah, changing hands for him. 3 overs, 16 runs is what is given away. He's picked up 2 wickets in the bargain. Quite an effective spell so far. He's got one last attempt in this over to pick up a wicket or 2. Bowling from the far end, the man on strike is Lokesh. At the non-striking end is Hemant Choksi. काफी लड़ाकू प्लेयर साबित होते हुए हेमंत. बहुत ही बढ़िया शॉट है, वहां पर प्रोटेक्शन है, 2 फील्डर मौजूद है वहां पर. लोकेश भी एक हरफन मौला खिलाड़ी है. अपनी नेचुरल गेम को खेलने से कोई परहेज नहीं होता है उन्हें. लोकेश, चलिए और एक छक्का. 6 रन मिले. थोड़ी सी खराब गेंद सही अंजाम तक पहुंचाने में सफलता हाथ लगती हुई. 100 runs up on the board for team MCA SRT. न्यूनतम स्कोर अब 130 का तो किसी भी हाल में बनाना ये जरूरी हो चुका है टीम MCA SRT के लिए. एक लड़ाकू पारी खेलते हुए हेमंत चोकसी. बारी किनारा लेकर और एक चौका मिलता हुआ. स्वागतार्ह चौका, चाहे कैसे भी मिले कोई दिक्कत नहीं, मिलने चाहिए. एक 104 पे 7. बाईस गेंदों का सामना करते हुए 35 रन जोड़ ली है. 2 छक्के और 3 चौकों के साथ अच्छे स्ट्राइक रेट के साथ इस इनिंग्स को आगे बढ़ाते हुए, सजाते हुए. बढ़िया गेंद, बहुत ही बढ़िया गेंद, सटीक लाइन और लेंथ. The bowling brigade of MCA SRT will be more than happy if they can touch that 130 run mark. At the start of the innings, definitely they were looking for something in the region of 165, 170. After the collapse, they'll settle for 135, 140. बहुत ही अच्छा क्रिकेट खेलते हुए हेमंत, अच्छी गेंदों को सम्मान दिया है और कुछ खराब गेंदों को और कुछ साधारण गेंदों पर बड़े शॉट्स लगाए हैं। अच्छी रन रेट के साथ इस इनिंग्स को मार्ग प्रशस्त करते हुए एक सम्मानजनक स्थिति में ले जाने की जद्दोजहद करते हुए हेमंत चोकसी साथ निभाते हुए इस वक्त लोकेश। 4 रन्स मिलेंगे। चलिए, बढ़िया शॉट और एक स्वागतार्ह चौका। ये चौका लोकेश के नाम। काफी महत्वपूर्ण रन्स को बटोरती हुई टीम एमसीए SRT इन आखिरी लम्हों में। तो दोस्तों, इस वक्त 17 ओवर के बाद रन संख्या 109 रन, 7 विकेट के नुकसान पर आखिरी 18 गेंदों में कम से कम 30 रन्स बनाना ये उत्तरदायित्व होगा टीम एमसीए SRT का। 30 से कम रनों के लिए सेटल नहीं करेगी ये टीम। अभी भी प्रशांत बिटलानी जैसा एक स्पेशलिस्ट बल्लेबाज बाकी है। वो 140 बन सकते हैं। अपनी काबिलियत में विश्वास जताना होगा, आत्मविश्वास की डोर को थामे रखना होगा, थोड़ी सी खबरदारी का इख्तियार करना होगा यहाँ पर आखिरी लम्हों में टीम पीजे हिंदू जिमखाना ने। They have to make sure that they do not concede any extra runs here towards the end of this innings. They got to plug that leakage of big runs. Yash Khatav is going to be bowling from the com box end. One more seamer now comes into the attack. The man on strike, that's the very well set Hemant Choksi. The danger man for team PJ Hindu Gymkhana, that is Hemant. बिल्कुल एक ताजे हवा के झोंके जैसी बल्लेबाजी की है। Refreshing approach by Choksi. Well bowled. What a good delivery to start his spell with. The wideish full length delivery, which is the trending delivery in the white ball game. In a bit of a spot, but yes, definitely on the comeback trail as well. That is team MCA SRT. Still not out of the woods, definitely, for sure. And not out of the woods. Very good intent by the new bowler. Is looking to bowl those wideish full length deliveries, not letting the batsman come under the ball to get the desired elevation. Early days in this over, early days in his spell. 110 for 7 it is. Oh, that is a fantastic shot. A brutal power. A raw power. Just look at how splendidly that bottom hand came into play. Not an easy shot to play. Stand and deliver. He's got his own way of accumulating those kind of runs. He's a natural talent. Unorthodox player, but he can be quite effective. Lokesh towards the end. I have a feeling that that could turn out to be a very good promotion for Lokesh. He's quite a character. Oh, what a brilliant comeback delivery. A 9 on 10 for that kind of a delivery. Absolutely into the roots of the batsman. That's great character being shown. He's the specialist, death over specialist, this man, Yash. Very well bowled. You got to give it to him. You got to admire this kind of bowling. Just look at the brilliant length. The line is quite good as well. That is indeed very good stuff by Yash. The final delivery in his second over is looking much better in his second over. Was quite expensive in his first over. Oh, no need to run for that one. We always keep saying that there is no room for error in a T20 game. That was a classical example. A little room on offer and Lokesh goes after it. More than 100%. A swashbuckling uppercut for a welcome boundary. Exactly what the doctor ordered for team MCA SRT. They're collecting some brilliant runs towards the end of this innings. What a good counter by Hemant Choksi and Lokesh. The score with that boundary, that goes up to 119 for 7. The final 12 balls. And in those 12 balls, if they can collect 25 odd runs, that's going to be a huge relief for the bowling brigade of Team MCA SRT. You need to give your bowlers something to defend. And 140 could be defendable, isn't it? I think that they'll take those 140 odd runs with open arms. 18 ओवर की समाप्ति के बाद 119 रन्स बने 7 विकेट्स के नुकसान पर आखिरी 12 गेंद 140 से कम के लिए सेटल नहीं करेगी टीम एमसीए एसआरटी। दूसरी तरफ 135 के अंदर इस इनिंग्स को समेटना चाहेगी पीजे हिंदू जिमखाना। अभी भी पलड़ा भारी है कुछ हद तक टीम हिंदू जिमखाना का, लेकिन यह भी बिल्कुल डंके की चोट पे ऐलान किया है टीम एमसीए एसआरटी ने कि उन्होंने एक वापसी रची है। परेश अपने स्पेल का आखिरी ओवर लेकर फार एंड की तरफ से 3 विकेट्स उनके नाम है। बॉलिंग ब्रिगेड की एक अहम कड़ी परेश। छोटी सी गेंद वाइड का इशारा, वो ऑफ कटर गेंद थी। 120 बने हैं, 12 गेंद बाकी। ये आलम है 120 पे 7। देखना है कि कितने रनों की इमारत खड़ी करते हैं टीम एमसीए एसआरटी। शुरुआत में पारी लड़खड़ाई थी, लेकिन अनुशासन से खेलते हुए, जोश जज्बे के साथ खेलते हुए एक सम्मानजनक स्थिति की तरफ रोज कदम उठाया है टीम एमसीए एसआरटी। 121 पे 7। 11 गेंद शेष है, माफ कीजिएगा, हाँ 11 गेंद शेष है बिल्कुल। कर हर मैदान फतेह। ये मूल मंत्र होना चाहिए, कर हर मैदान फतेह। सेमीफाइनल मैच है, एक छोटी सी गलती और आपका सफर यहीं पर समाप्त हो सकता है। काफी ऊंची गई है। चौथे अटेम्प्ट पे वो कैच लिया। चौथा विकेट परेश शाह के नाम। क्रीज से दामन छूटा है लोकेश को और विकेट पे अब आगमन होता हुआ प्रशांत विटलानी का। प्रशांत विटलानी लेफ्ट हैंडेड बैट्समैन। इस पहले सेमीफाइनल मैच में परेश शाह बिल्कुल अपनी रंगत में नजर आए हैं, उजागर होकर एक सफल स्पेल को अंजाम दिया है। एक स्पेशलिस्ट टॉप ऑर्डर बल्लेबाज है प्रशांत विटलानी, काफी नीचे बल्लेबाजी करने के लिए उतरे हैं। टीम के कप्तान है, एक अच्छे ऑलराउंडर है, एक चट्टान जैसा अनुभव है उनके साथ। Almost a fifer to his name. This is the last over in his spell. Can he pick up a fifer? That's been a magic spell by Paresh Shah. It's been one of the major damages for team MCA SRT. Nicely leaning into that one. Couldn't pick his spot. अगर वो गेंद गैप में जाती तो 4 रन्स मिलते। परेश के स्पेल की आखिरी गेंद, 4 विकेट्स लिए है। बढ़िया शॉट, 4 रन्स मिले। खूबसूरत शॉट, लाजवाब शॉट। 19 ओवर की समाप्ति पर 126 रन, 8 विकेट के नुकसान पर। आखिरी 6 गेंद दोस्तों, 6 गेंदों में अगर 14 भी बना लेते हैं तो 140 नजर आ सकता है। न्यूनतम 135 नजर आना चाहिए। Low scoring matches can be dangerous. Team MCA SRT can take some heart into that fact. Yash to bowl the last over for the team. Is bowling his third. He's given away 26 runs of his 2 overs. और अगर 13 रन्स वही रन रेट से इस आखिरी ओवर में भी रन्स बटोर लेती है तो अच्छी स्थिति में होगी, फाइटिंग स्थिति में होगी। Could not get a hold of that loose delivery. और बल्ला हाथ में थोड़ा सा घुमा। 5 गेंद बाकी, बाल बाल बचे वहां पर यश। बहुत ही लड़ाकू पारी खेली है हेमंत चोकसी ने। आखिरी 5 गेंदे, 5 गेंदों में कम से कम वो 10 से 12 रन्स बनाना जरूरी है। चले, तगड़ा शॉट। क्या खूबसूरत तरीके से 2 कदम आगे आए और बल्ले के चेहरे को बिल्कुल सटीक तरीके से खोला। फलस्वरूप स्वागतार्ह चौका। पहली 2 गेंदों पर 5 रन से दे चुके यश। 4 गेंद बाकी है। आने वाली 4 गेंदों में 10 से 12 रन बनाना ये मूल मंत्र होना चाहिए। कम से कम कोशिश उसी दिशा में होनी चाहिए। इन आखिरी लम्हों में थोड़ा सा डोमिनेटिंग क्रिकेट खेला है एमसीए SRT ने, फाइटिंग क्रिकेट खेला है। अच्छी गेंद और yes, the umpire had one good look at it. 3 balls to go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is the final over in the first innings of the first semi-final match of the MCC Championship 2025-26. We are at the Western Railway Ground, Low Parel. 2 wide. इस मर्तबा नहीं बख्शेंगे। 3 गेंद बाकी है, 132 रन्स बने हैं। 3 गेंदों में 2 चौका लगाना जरूरी है, 1 चौका लगाना बिल्कुल अनिवार्य है। दूसरे के लिए निकल पड़ेंगे। अच्छी फील्डिंग। प्रशांत विटलानी अपनी रनिंग बिटवीन द विकेट्स के लिए नहीं जाने जाते हैं, अपनी दमदार बल्लेबाजी के लिए अच्छी ख्याति प्राप्त है। The final 2 balls left, 134 for 8, it is 134. चलिए, अब थोड़ा सा फाइटिंग टोटल तो नजर आ चुका है। वो 125 मुश्किल लग रहे थे, अब फाइट बैक कर गई है एमसीए एसआरटी। कुछ हद तक फाइट बैक कर चुकी है। बिल्कुल बल्लेबाज की जड़ में परफेक्ट यॉर्कर, क्या बात है, व्हाट अ डिलीवरी अंडर प्रेशर। ही इज होल्डिंग हिज नर्व्स। The final ball, Hemant Choksi will be stranded at the non-striking end. 29 balls, and with the help of 3 boundaries and 3 sixes, Hemant Choksi has accumulated 43 runs. For the moment, the last delivery to be faced by Prashant Vitlani. Here we go. Of the outside edge, a man in that third man area. Will they go for the second run? Looks like it. We'll have to wait and watch. The second run easily taken. The score on to 136. They'll have to settle for 136 for 8 at the end of 20 overs. इस मैच को जीतने के लिए 137 बनाने होंगे, 137 to win. That's the target for PJ Gymkhana. Having won the toss, opting to bowl first. That's some very good cricket. The first 15 overs dominated by PJ Gymkhana. The final 5 overs being dominated by MCA SRT. The equation, 137 runs to win the match. मिलते हैं mid innings break के उस पार. Thank you. This is your host and host Nishad Kora on behalf of M3C Foundation. Welcome back to the run chase for team PJ Hindu Gymkhana. The opening pair of Bhupesh and Hiral taking first guard for Jolly Gymkhana. It is Hasid Sawani to open the bowling proceedings for team MCA SRT from the far end. Not a mountain to climb, but yes, low scoring matches can be dangerous at times. Nicely leaning into that one. Just look at the weight transfer. Spot on. Offering the full face of the bat, playing in the V. .137 to win. Playing with soft hands. The batter knew that he had ample time to take that single. That single brings Hiral on strike. The target for team PJ Hindu Gymkhana, that is 137 to win of 120 legal deliveries. Hasid Sawani failed with the bat. He will be looking to make amends with the ball. Bowling with the new ball. Looking to get that good shape on the new ball. Quite an experienced guy, Hasid Sawani. Absolutely early days in this run chase. A full lane delivery. He goes a little aerial. Test of character for the bowling unit of team MCA SRT. Not a mountain to defend. They'll have to be spot on. They got to make sure that these 136 runs look like 156. I think Hasid will not mind bowling to the left-handed man with the ball going away from him. What a tremendous pickup shot by Bhupesh. That was a bad delivery, and picking that short length so early, gets into a good position and belts it away for a flat six. What a way to get started. Such a good punch on the back foot. Nicely easing into that one. More of the aggressive player in this batting pair. That's Bhupesh. Man on strike. That's Hiral facing Hashit. The fielder never looked like getting underneath it. That was a strange looking shot. Fortunately for the batsman, he survives. The score at the end of the first over, that is 11 for none. The new man in, that's the left armer Shivam Thakkar bowling from the commentary box end. Oh, that's the loosener. Should be called the wide one. The extra run takes the score to 12. 137 runs to win this match. The first semi-final of the MCC Championship 2025-26. He picks up his first wicket there. Not at all into a good position to play that kind of a shot. Almost a nothing shot. Got himself into an awkward position. Shivam Thakkar picks up the early bird. No foot movement at all. The opening batsman Hirwal bites the dust. The new man in Pranil at the crucial number 3 spot. Bit of an early arrival for Pranil. Twelve for 1. We are into the second over. As Shivam picking up a wicket with his first legal delivery. The first one was a wide from him. So with that wicket, obviously he's going to be bowling with his tail up. Should be a bit of a spring in the stride as far as the bowlers and the fielders of MCA SRT are concerned. That early wicket will give rise to that big hope, big ray of hope. What a good shot, what a good shot, exquisite timing, and just look at the spot on placement as well. What a way to get off the mark. A bit of a room on offer. He goes after it more than 100%, a swashbuckling square cut. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, no room for error in this T20 game. Just a look at the mindset of the modern day cricketer to be playing that kind of a shot to the very first delivery that he faced, having lost one early wicket. That tells you the mindset of the batsman. Oh, 4 runs there. Kishore Parthe, the wicket keeper, not able to stop that one. See, they are defending a smallish target here, and they got to pick up wickets at regular intervals and also make sure that they plug that hole of big runs. You got to stop that leakage of runs. And nicely getting behind the line of the delivery. He's absolutely new at the wicket, but in spite of that, he's looking to play with so much of panache. He's looking all grace and poise, the new man in, that's Pranil. A good technique. Getting that big front foot forward to smother whatever movement there was. In the very breezy stay at the wicket for Pranil is looked a picture of grace and poise. It's looking so compact, but still early days. इस वक्त किसी भी तरह से भविष्यवाणी करना यानी कि खतरे को न्योता देने जैसा है। हम केवल यही चाहते हैं कि ये सेमीफाइनल मैच अपने आखिरी लम्हों तक जाए और एक बढ़िया मुकाबला हम सभी को देखने को मिले। पीजे हिंदू जिमखाना बनाम एमसी एसआरटी, मैच के टॉस को जीता टीम पीजे हिंदू जिमखाना ने गेंदबाजी का चयन किया। अब बल्लेबाजी करते हुए 137 रन बनाने होंगे इस मैच को जीतने के लिए। स्ट्राइक पर भूपेश, सामना करते हुए शिवम का। पटकी हुई गेंद, एक्स्ट्रा रनों की सौगात को यहीं पर रोकना होगा एमसीए साथी ने। अगर फील्डिंग ने भी अच्छी फील्डिंग ने इंपैक्ट कराना है, इस छोटे से स्कोर को अगर डिफेंड करना है तो गेंदबाजों को इंपैक्ट कराने के लिए अच्छी गेंदबाजी की बैसाखी उपलब्ध करानी होगी। 136 has to look like 156, and for that to materialize, you got to save 18 to 20 runs in the field. You got to give in more than 100% in the field. .23 for 1 it is. The back of length delivery nicely played. End of 2 overs, 23 for 1 it is. सूझबूझ के साथ बल्लेबाजी करनी होगी टीम पीजे हिंदू जिमखाना ने। कोई चट्टान जैसा लक्ष्य नहीं तय करना है, लेकिन अच्छा क्रिकेट खेलना होगा, अच्छी बल्लेबाजी करनी होगी इस लक्ष्य को तय करने के लिए। दूसरी तरफ बिल्कुल अपनी रंगत में आकर उजागर होकर अपने सर्वोत्तम गेंदबाजी को पेश करना होगा टीम एमसीएसआरटी ने। गेंदबाजी का बात संभाले हुए संयम फार एंड की तरफ से। संयम बनाम प्रणील, ये अच्छा मुकाबला हो सकता है, देखने लायक दृश्य हो सकता है। बहुत ही स्टाइलिश अंदाज में इस इनिंग्स का आगाज किया है प्रणील ने। Looks as if he's got that extra second to come into a position and play a shot. That's the hallmark of a champion batsman. Champion batters always play late. They do not present an early commitment. They always play late. He's looking a picture of grit and determination. At the same time, he's looking all grace and poise. So that's the good news as far as Pranil is concerned. Definitely one of the mainstays of the batting lineup of team PG Hindu Gymkhana. A tentative push. He's middled everything that has been dished out at him. That's Pranil. The back of length delivery cramping the batsman. That's been given a no ball by the main on-field umpire. That's Sanjay Malhotra sir. Vicky Naik sir at the square leg position. The two scorers, Sudesh Puradkar and Aradhya Puradkar, they're doing a swell job. And the man who's getting you the live pictures, the man at the console, that's Sagar Gopale. The MCC Championships 2025-26 presented by the M3C Foundation, a not-for-profit initiative. It's a good battle between Sayyam and Pranil at the moment. So 2 overthrows added. 3 runs added to the tally. 3 crucial runs to take the score to 27 for 1. Off to a breezy start. The only good news for Team SRT is the fact that they've picked up 1 early wicket. There's no way that MCA SRT can afford a big partnership to come alive here. They got to make sure that without conceding too many runs, they got to pick wickets at regular intervals. That should be the match template here for MCA SRT. इस लक्ष्य को डिफेंड करना मुश्किल है. इस मैच को जीतने के लिए मजबूत विकल्प यही होगा कि आप वो 10 विकेट्स को पिक कर रहे, वरना मामला पेचीदा हो सकता है. बैक ऑफ लेंथ डिलीवरी, थोड़ी सी तेज तर्रार तरीके से वो गेंद बल्लेबाज के तरफ आई. थोड़ा सा लेट खेला अपने शॉट को भूपेश ने. संयम के लिए एक सम्मानजनक शुरुआत. एमसीए एसआरटी बॉलिंग ब्रिगेड के हर नुमाइंदे ने बढ़िया गेंदबाजी करनी होगी, अपना सर्वोत्तम खेल पेश करना होगा. Clean bolt. He plays all around it. What a wicket. That is one of the key wickets there. If you look at the action replay, he was never behind the line of that delivery. He played all around it. A big gateway for the ball to go through the defenses and crash into the stumps. The big fish in the net. The wicket-keeper batsman for PJ Gymkhana, Bhupesh, is on his way back to the pavilion. And that seems to be a long way back to the pavilion. A key wicket here for the MCSRT. Out of the 10 wickets required, they have picked up 2. They need 8 more magic deliveries. On the other hand, Jolly Gymkhana, beg your pardon, PJ Gymkhana in that run chase, they got to be very businesslike. They cannot afford to lose a wicket at this stage here. It's time for redemption, time for a resurrection job to be brought alive here. Pranil is looking all grace and poise. He's playing with so much of panache. But can he play that substantial big knock here, the match-winning knock? The new man in, Kevin Talati, the captain himself, arrives at the wicket. Kevin Talati, quite an experienced guy, coming in at the crucial number 4 spot. This ideally could be the best batting pair for the PJ Hindu Gymkhana, Kevin and Pranil. Oh, what a good delivery. He's all pumped up. He's bowling with his tail up. उस विकेट के चलते विशेष रूप में जो दोनों इस्लामी बल्लेबाज पेविलियन में वापस जा चुके हैं, एक नव चेतना निर्माण हुई होगी टीम एमसीए एसआरटी के खेमे में. एक ऊर्जा का संचार हुआ होगा, सकारात्मक ऊर्जा का. शिवम का स्पेल जारी रहेगा कमेंट्री बॉक्स एंड की तरफ से. एक सफल ओवर वहां पर मुकम्मल हुआ संयम के लिए. The last what I had seen of Shivam Thakkar, and today what I am watching is put on a few extra pounds, but that spirit is absolutely undented. He plays for the Youth Cricket Club at Kandivali, Borivali, in that area. One of the better clubs in the city of Mumbai, the YCC, a symbol of unity. The first semi-final match of the MCC Championship 25-26, presented by M3C Foundation, not-for-profit initiative, PJ Hindu Gymkhana versus Mumbai Cricket Association, Sachin Rambesh Tendulkar Gymkhana at Mahavinagar, Kandivali West. Oh, wasn't too far away from the man in that back order point area. You got to accept that the man was looking in good control, the captain himself. Although it was a bit of half measures employed there, looked as if he was in decent control of that shot. That boundary takes the scoreline to 32. A little more than 100 to win here, 105 to be precise. Hi. You got to bowl to your field. Oh, that traditional glance shot. That was into the middle stump, and what a way to put it away around the corner. The traditional glance shot, almost a rarity these days. A rare commodity, that kind of a shot. So pleasing to the eyes, such a treat to watch. I mentioned earlier this could very well be the best batting pair for the PJ Hindu Gymkhana, in spite of the fact that there are quite a few specialist batters still waiting in the wings for PJ Hindu Gymkhana, but this could be that sparkling batting pair. Just look at the refreshing approach and attitude of Captain Cool. Looking to turn the tables on, looking to turn the tide of the match. अपना आक्रामक रंग पेश करते हुए ऐसी बल्लेबाजी कर रहे हैं मानो के नेट्स में से आधा घंटा बैटिंग करने के बाद सीधे सीधा मैदान पर उतरे हैं, करीबन हर गेंद को मिडल करते हुए. शानदार आगाज हुआ है तलाटी की इस इनिंग्स के लिए. चलिए, जैसे ही वो गेंद फील्डर के बगल से निकली, चौका लिखा हुआ था. चौके के साथ रन संख्या गोली की रफ्तार से बढ़ते हुए 44 पे 2. दूसरी तरफ जब 44 रन्स बने थे, एसआरटी के 4 विकेट्स खोए थे. 44 पे 4 थी एसआरटी, और यहां पर 44 पे 4 है टीम पीजे हिंदू जिमखाना. He's playing in top gear straight away, Kevin Talati. Looks like he could be the showstopper here in this run chase. Stealing the spotlight, that is Kevin the captain. The captain Prashant Vitlani in that mid-off position. He'll have to keep his thinking cap on at all times. He cannot afford to be rigid in his mindset. He's got to be flexible. He's got to try out all his resources. More than that, he's got to marshal his resources to a nicety. Not going to be an easy job defending 136 with this kind of a batting lineup from PJ Hindu Gymkhana. The ball isn't carrying too much. I guess The wicketkeeper will be better served by standing a couple of steps further up. End of quite an expensive over from Shivam. The score at the end of 4 overs is a handsome 46 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. Team SRT were 44 for 4, 46 for 2. Sayam Jain continues. He's been off strike for quite some time, Pranil. We hope that he's not lost his rhythm. If a man in good touch, if he remains off strike for some time, that could maybe a little challenging. He's got to make a fresh start. He's played so stylishly. Pranil facing Sayam. Should be a good battle. Drifting into the pads. A man in that short fine leg area. But because he had played it with soft hands, there was enough time for Kevin to come home for that single. Every time Kevin is on strike, there's a certain buzz in the air. देखना है कौन सी टीम इस मैच के अंत में अपना आशियाना बसाती है इस मैदान पर और ग्रैंड फिनाले में प्रवेश कर जाती है. अच्छी गेंद. आखिरी वक्त पर बल्ले के चेहरे को खोला, गेंद को दिशा दी, आसानी से 1 रन की प्राप्ति होती हुई. रन रेट को लेकर किसी भी तरह से कोई चिंता नहीं है. अगर 170-180 बनाने होते तो भी ये रन रेट सम्मानजनक होती. आलम अब यह है कि 133 रन बनाने हैं केवल. और विकेटों को लेकर थोड़ी सी खबरदारी का इख्तियार करना होगा हिंदू जिमखाना ने. दूसरी तरफ थोड़ा सा गैम्बल कर गुजरना होगा टीम एमसी एसआरटी ने. दे गॉट टू थिंक आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स. नो फिट मूवमेंट एंड दैट इज वेयर ही लॉस्ट द प्लॉट. खड़े खड़े खेलना चाहता और इसी वजह से वो गेंद और बल्ले के बीच कोई भी संपर्क न हो पाया. This is the first wrong foot that this young batsman Pranil has put. Otherwise, it's looked picture perfect. For the second time on the trot, it's looked a little tentative. This is what can happen when you remain off strike for quite some time in a T20 game. This is what can happen to any batsman. So you got to refocus, you got to realign your thoughts, you got to regather yourself, make a fresh start, keep talking to yourself. Keep your eyes on the ball till the very last moment. That's well fielded. That's a good backup job by the man in that wideish third man area. That was flying away off the outside edge. It's a good thing to be off strike when you're a little edgy. That gives you some extra time to regather your thoughts. When you're struggling, the best place to watch the cricket is from the non-striking end. The captain back on strike. Is played with such a good intent so far. Well ball, well played. Oh, that should have been into the stumps and not into the wicket-keeping gloves. The 50 runs up on the board for team PJ Hindu Gymkhana, chasing 137. They are 50 for 2 at the end of 5 overs. They are making progress at a run rate of 10 and over. The new man in, Kamlesh Singh, to be bowling from the commentary box, and the vice captain for MCA SRT, Kamlesh Singh. He's quite an experienced slow bowler, a spinner, who can make the ball go both ways. He will be commencing his spell from the combox end. "90 balls and 87 runs to win the match with 8 wickets in hand. Less than run a ball with 8 wickets in hand. They need wickets here. They need something very special here. They need some magical stuff here. अच्छे क्रिकेट के साथ दुआओं के काफिले को भी साथ ले चलना होगा टीम में MCSRT ने. मामला थोड़ा सा उलझता हुआ. जरूरी है कि इस साझेदारी को यहाँ पर तोड़े. दोनों ही बल्लेबाज बहुत ही लाजवाब अंदाज में इस मैदान के चारों तरफ अपने शानदार रनों की रंगोली को सजाते हुए. If a team MCSRT have to take the match to its logical end, they have to present their A game. Nothing less than their A+ game will be enough here to go the distance. To maybe try and win this match, they have to produce their A+ game. No other options in the driver's seat at the moment. That is PJ Hindu Gymkhana. That's a very good start. Oh, playing with a cross bat. This is exactly what Kamlesh wants. He wants the batters to play with the cross bat, to play those slog shots, to take those unwarranted risks. Kamlesh versus Pranil. Good looking shot. Making good use of the depth of the crease. Well fielded and releasing the ball in quick time. Pranil with his lean frame. Oh, some extra turn there. And definitely Kamlesh Singh is the ace up the sleeve of Prashant Vitlani, the captain for MCSRT. If they have to take those 10 wickets, this man has to pick up at least 2 to 3 wickets in his spell of 4 overs. A genuine match winner both with the bat and the ball. That is what he brings to the table with his all-round skills. Kamlesh Singh. For a batsman who's playing him for the first time or who's played him only a couple of times, not easy to pick his action. Looking to make the batsman keep guessing at all ends. So with his variations, those subtle variations. Almost got his man, almost. Obviously, Captain Kevin is struggling against the spinner Kamlesh Singh. That is obvious. Against the pacers, is looking such a smooth operator. But against the spinner, playing the slog shots, he isn't looking that good against the spinner. End of a very dicey first over. A score after 6 overs, 57 for 2. Only 80 more to win. 80 runs to win of 84 balls. Change in bowling guard. Nishant Patare now comes into the attack from the far end. He cannot afford to have any extra time to get into a rhythm. It's got to be spot on with ball number 1. Look at the bottom hand coming into play. Quite a risky shot. After that flying start, the captain Kevin Talati has gone a little cold out there. Bit of a struggle facing the spinners. But he's got to stay at the wicket. If he stays at the wicket for the next 20 minutes, he'll have taken his team into a very respectable position. Steering the ball into that backward of point area to take the score to 63 for 2 at the end of 7 overs. A handsome current run rate of 9 in over. They've got 8 wickets in hand. They are in the driver's seat, looking to dominate the proceedings. End of the first over from Nishanta Patare. Prashant Vitlani has got to make things happen here. He's got to be proactive. He cannot be waiting on the back foot and let things happen. He's got to make things happen. Kamlesh Singh will continue with the second over from the Combox end. The X-Factor bowler, Kamlesh Singh, with his X-Factor skill set. 63 for 2 after 7. Quite a start. In the last 2 to 3 overs, the big runs have been dried up, and that is exactly what MC SRT want. Oh, that's going to be gone. Pranil is on his way back to the pavilion. That call was always going to be from Pranil because it was played into that squarish point area. Ideally, the call was to be from Pranil. The third wicket down, just what the doctor ordered for MCSRT. The new man in to replace Pranil, that's Devang Jariwala. In that stay at the wicket, Pranil was a treat to the eyes. He was looking so good. He was playing with so much of grace and poise. Unfortunately, back in the hut being run out. What a good pickup shot. That is hammered away. That is belted away into that mid-wicket area. That goes over the ropes for a 6. That's a slog shot, but exquisite timing on that one to fetch the team a 6. With that 6, the score on to 70. 70 for 3 it is. What a shot from Kevin, the captain. He taking on Kamlesh Singh. Oh, what a good delivery. What a good delivery. Catching Kevin on the wrong foot. 71 for 3 at the end of 8 overs. The pressure will have to be employed and deployed from both the ends as far as MCA SRT is concerned. Now Kevin is the man who's looking well set. He's taking on the bowling attack of the MC SRT. Quite an important role that is essaying. He's leading from the front, Captain Cool himself. How much required boundary. With that boundary, the pressure will release to a certain extent. Oh, what a magnificent way to pick his spot. The second boundary on the trot takes the score to 81 for 3. They are making rapid strides towards the target. They've got 7 wickets in hand to do so. This man is playing a stellar role. Captain Kevin Talati. A bit of an early commitment from Kevin of the thickish outside edge. Inside edge rather. Takes a single of the last delivery of the over to take the score to 82 for 3 at the end of 9 overs. The last over before the drinks and interval. The last drinks interval in this first semi-final match. A switch in ends for Sayyam as he comes in to bowl from the commentary box end. The man on strike, that is the captain himself. What a shot that is. Just look at the batsman there. So much of confidence in that shot. A boundary of the first delivery of Sayam's 10th over. The final delivery before the drinks interval. Just steering the ball into that squarish third man area. Will be happy with a single. The score at the end of 10 overs, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is 89 for 3. Time for a breezy break. Welcome back to the post-drinks interval. Switching ends for Kamlesh Singh. Coming in from the far end is going to be bowling to Kevin Talati, the captain, who's playing such a leading role in making sure that his team gets to the podium. The finger goes up. Looking to employ that cross-batted shot one time too many. In the bargain, he's been adjudged leg before wicket. The big fish in the net. Maybe the door on a comeback is about to open for Team MCA SRT. That's a key wicket. The new batter, Paresh Shah, the left-handed batsman. 4 wickets are down. The number 6 batsman has arrived at the crease. The low middle order about to now take charge of the things. Will be bowling with his tail up. That is Kamlesh Singh. That's the big fish in the net. Too short, too short. No trouble at all. You want to be putting the new batsman in two minds, whether to play on the front foot or go on the back foot. Better, better, better. That's a better delivery. Straight away some toss-up. कोशिश जारी है MCSRT की. डाउन द लेग साइड वो जा रही थी, वो कॉल दिया संजय मल्होत्रा सर ने. कोशिश जारी है. सीढ़ियां उन्हें मुबारक हो जिन्हें छत तक जाना है. हमारी मंजिल तो आसमान है, रास्ता हमें खुद बनाना है. अब सफलता मिले या न मिले ये तो मुकद्दर की बात है, लेकिन हम कोशिश भी न करें ये बिल्कुल गलत बात है. तो कोशिश जारी है MCSRT की कि वापसी के दरवाजे को खोले. बढ़िया डिलीवरी, ये वाली डिलीवरी बहुत ही बढ़िया है. Whenever that delivery comes down onto the batsman from above the eye level, that is a good delivery. At this club level, that's a premium delivery. The M3C Foundation are into their 10th year with those cricket tournaments. They are celebrating the 10th year with the MCC Championship 2025-26. So this is going to be a big year for the M3C Foundation, a milestone year for the M3C Foundation, not-for-profit initiative. End of a successful over from Kamlesh Singh. Score after 11 overs, 89 for 4. Switch in ends for Nishant as he comes in to bowl from the com box end. Devang, the man on strike, rocks on the back foot, putting the ball away into that extra cover region, picking up a single easily to take the scoreline to 90. Erring in length, too short, no problems whatsoever. They need one more wicket here to put team PJ Hindu Gymkhana in a spot. Not exactly on cruise mode here, Hindu Gymkhana, but well and truly on their way. Oh, that could have been so dangerous playing on the back foot, but yes, he had covered his base decently, playing it right under the nose, absolutely close to the body. The faster one, the flatter trajectory. Everybody goes up in a chorus. No says Vicky Naik, sir, the main umpire. So yes, so wicket number 5 falling. Just what the doctor ordered for the MCA SRT team. I have been mentioning regularly that low scoring matches can sometimes produce untoward results. If you look at the history of the cricket games, low scoring matches have more often than not produced some extraordinary results. Paresh Shah on his way back to the pavilion. Half the team back in the hut. Arriving at the wicket to replace Paresh, that is Sahil Kothari. Batsman number 7. Do not go away. We are about to take a flight into a very intoxicating segment of cricket. Score after 12, 93 for 5. Two relatively new batters at the wicket. Devang on to 3 or 4 balls. Sahil Kothari has just faced one delivery. Kamlesh Singh into his last over. The last opportunity for Kamlesh to inflict some more damage here. Oh, that would have been so close. No says Sanjay Malhotra, sir. Looking a little edgy here, PJ Hindu Gymkhana. Tension in the air. Fighting it out, team MCA. SRT making life a little tough for the PJ Hindu Gymkhana. Not offering this match on a platter. Making the batters sweat it out. This is exactly what should have been on display right from ball number 1. That is quite a spirited performance from MCA SRT at the moment. A good backup job, restricting the scoring to only a single. 2 balls left in the spell of Kamlesh. 95 for 5 it is. .42 required of 44 balls, less than run a ball. The match is more close than what it seems to be. So much of tension in the air in both the camps. Neither of the teams are out of the woods. You do not have a clear winner at the moment. That's a good battle out there. Terrific spell comes to an end for Kamlesh Singh. End of 13 overs, 95 for 5. 4 overs, 13 runs, and picking up 2 wickets. Those are the mind-boggling figures for Kamlesh Singh. The team that handles the pressure better in this kind of a situation will have that brighter chance to win this one. .1 overs, 96 for 5. 41 required of 41 balls. Run a ball. Run a ball. चालीस में 40 बनाने हैं मैच को जीत कर एमसीसी चैंपियनशिप 2025-2026 के ग्रैंड फिनाले में प्रवेश करने के लिए। ये पहला सेमीफाइनल मैच अपने आखिरी लम्हों की तरफ ठोस कदम उठाता हुआ इस मैच को हम खेल रहे लो परेल में, यानी कि वेस्टर्न रेलवे क्रिकेट ग्राउंड, M3C फाउंडेशन नॉट फॉर प्रॉफिट इनिशिएटिव आयोजित मुंबई क्लब क्रिकेट चैंपियनशिप 2025-26 ओपन एज टूर्नामेंट। A man in hot chase. Will they look for the third? No. Happy with a couple. So once again, a run-a-ball situation has arrived. 38 runs to win of 38 balls. The score at the moment, 199 for 5 it is. 99 for 5. $100 up on the board for team PG Hindu Gymkhana. 100 for 5. 1 ball left in over number 14. 3.5 overs, 23 runs is given away so far. He's picked up 1 wicket. The final delivery in the spell for Nishant. What a good delivery. That was fired into the stumps. Well dug out. 14 के बाद 100 पे 5. साहिल कोठारी और देवांग जरीवाला अपनी टीम की नैया पार लगाते हुए दूसरी तरफ मामला थोड़ा सा उलझाने की जद्दोजहद में लगी हुई MCA SRT। A good looking off drive. A new bowler has arrived. Sachidanand Chaturvedi being deployed into the attack. 2 dot balls to start his spell. 1 run of the first 2 balls. The first 3 balls from Sachidanand goes for 2 runs. They cannot afford a miss here in the field. Team MCA, SRT. They got to be spot on. Played right back to the bowler. A good start here for Chaturvedi. Oh, he's picked up his spot so nicely. All the good work in this over gets undone over that belter of a boundary. Playing with a cross bat, making sure that the timing was good. Not just the timing, the placement was exquisite. A welcome boundary to take the score to 106 for 5. 31 balls and 31 runs to win the match. They've got 5 wickets in hand. 60-40. 60% in favor of Hindu Gymkhana, 40% in favor of SRT. Oh, that might go crashing into the boundary rope. A man in hot chase. That is Hemant Choksi. Oh, that's a brilliant stop. Brilliant stop. What commitment and dedication. Spot on. 3 runs taken. He saves 1 crucial run. 3 leg byes. 109 for 5. End of over number 15. Sayam back into the attack. Crucial times. The last over in the spell for Sayam. Man on strike, that's Devang. Devang is on to 12 of 14 balls. Sahil Kotari, bit of a struggle, 4 of 9. But the important thing is to stay unseparated at the wicket. Sayam Jain, 3 overs, 16 runs, 1 wicket. The first over from Sachinanand Chaturvedi goes for 6 runs. One leg by. Not a mountain to climb for the PG Hindu Gymkhana. Sayam getting Sahil into an awkward position, but somehow he manages to fend it away for a single. That single takes the score line to the Nelson mark, a triple 1 for 5. Reminds us of the legendary English umpire David Shepherd, sir. He always used to hop a couple of times in whichever position he was officiating as an umpire. That was to avoid ill luck to the batting team. Well done by the bowler in his follow through, saving a crucial run. The second semi-final match after this one, NSCI versus the Jolly Gymkhana. 26 runs required of 27 balls. Cricket is a funny game. It's a game of glorious uncertainties. A good hands, room on offer. Good piece of fielding by Shivam Thakkar in that extra cover fence. Good work. As a batting team, PJ Hindu Gymkhana ideally do not want this game to be going into that last over. They would ideally be wanting to wind up the proceedings by the end of the 19th over. They're trying their best, but at the moment they are being quite disciplined here. MCA SRT as a bowling unit. The score at the end of 16 overs, 114 for 5. The captain has to play out the right moves here in this kind of a situation, especially the bowling team captain has got to be proactive, has got to gamble a bit at the same time, has got to make sure that they do not concede any extra runs. Hasid Sawani back into the attack, the man who started the bowling proceedings. Quite an experienced man. He's got to get all his experience into play here. A single of the first delivery takes the scoreline to 115 for 5. आखिरी 23 गेंदों में इस मैच को जीतने के लिए 22 रन्स बनाने हैं. अगला सेमीफाइनल मैच NSCI बनाम जॉली जिमखाना. He's got to put the fielders in the right positions and then he's got to bowl to his field. What is absolutely required is for the captain and the bowler to be on the same page. For every delivery, you got to have a strategy, isn't it? You got to have a direction to every delivery that you bowl. Oh, that was a loose one. Well fielded in the end. Well fielded. That's the captain himself, Prashant Vitlani, in that fine leg area. Squarish fine leg, if you may call it so. It goes aerial in the air for quite some time. It's considered only single so far in this over. That's Hasid Sawani. The first 4 balls have gone for 4 singles. 19 required of 20 balls. They need some magic out here. MCA SRT. They need a couple of magic deliveries. Almost at his man. That's a poor piece of wicket keeping there. Absolutely a poor piece of wicket keeping there. That was a regulation collection. The reflexes not spot on. 4 byes in this kind of a situation. Game changing. The turning point here in the driver's seat, very firmly, absolutely in the saddle here. That is the batting team. Well and truly on their way towards accomplishing the target. The job becoming that much more challenging for MCSRT. A flick of the wrist. That single takes the score to 123 at the end of 17 overs. Required of 18 balls. Shivam Thakkar being brought into the attack as the last resort. No spinning options left maybe. All that they have is the seam bowlers to be producing that magic. Too much to do in too little time. That's the story for MCSRT. Shivam Thakkar into the attack, bowling from the combox and bowling left arm round the wicket. In his second spell, he will be looking to cramp the batsman for room. Bit of a gamble to bring in a pacer. They cannot afford a mistake here. Oh, that is straight into the belly of the beast. What a shot and what a catch. Are we in for a little bit of drama? Yash Khatau arrives at the wicket to replace Kothari. Devang. Replacing Devang. Oh, this could be close. Is it so? Not to be so, and they collect one extra run as well. Yash Khatau. Can Yash and Sahil pull it off for Hindu Gymkhana? A tentative probe goes fishing outside the off stump. That single takes the score to 126. The ball climbing onto the batsman. He rises on his toes to put the ball down into that squarish third man area. Collect a couple to take the scoreline to 128. 9 required of 13 balls. The writing on the wall. Only a miracle can save SRT here. Oh, that will have to be the seal on the deal, that boundary. Absolutely the seal on the deal. A boundary to end the over. Now it's looking almost impossible for Team MCA SRT to take the match to its distance. The score after 18 overs, 132. 5 required of 12 balls. Your guess is as good as mine. केवल और 5 रनों की जरूरत है 12 गेंदों में. 4 विकेट्स अभी भी महफूज है. Vishal Sharma, the last resort. He was the opening batsman. He failed with the bat. Now he's brought into bowl in an almost hopeless situation. Can he produce the goods out here? The scores are level with that boundary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. The scores are absolutely level. In the end, you got to give it that it was quite a convincing victory. It's all over. The team that qualifies for the grand finale of the Mumbai Club Cricket Championship 2025-26, that is team PG Hindu Gymkhana. The first team to make it to the grand finale. The second semi-final slated to happen in a while. That is the NSCI versus the Jolly Gymkhana. Yes, obviously at the end of the day, 20 odd runs short, isn't it? 20, 25 odd runs short. That was always going to be the story of the match. Unless a team MCA SRT had to be at their very best as a bowling unit, nothing under the sun would have saved them. In the end, quite a convincing victory for PJ Hindu Gymkhana, making it to the grand finale. Time for the second semi-final to get started. NSCA versus the Jolly Gymkhana.